We're back one final time today with House Speaker Paul Ryan of Janesville. A lot of talk about Foxconn, the Taiwanese tech company, Wisconsin, whether or not we're going to land a plant that could bring thousands of jobs. Right. What's the latest?
Well, I'll leave the governor to report the latest, but Scott Walker is quarterbacking this, obviously. I've met with Foxconn officials myself at the governor's request.
Multiple times?
A couple of times, yeah. Yeah, at the governor's request. And so this is very exciting development. We very much hope that this gets done, but nothing's done until it's done. But the governor's been doing a phenomenal job of working with the Foxconn officials. If this does come to fruition, it would be completely game-changing for southeastern Wisconsin.
Are you optimistic?
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. Like I said, I don't want to get ahead of Mark Hogan and Scott Walker and their whole team, but they're making pretty good progress on this, so I'm hopeful.
I want to spend the last couple of minutes on criticism you hear from people who want your seat in 2018. You've got a couple of Democrats.
Let me guess, so people who want to defeat me in the election are criticizing me?
Yeah, that's right. That does kind of go with the territory, doesn't it? But you've got Randy Bryce and Kathy Myers, the Democrats, and Paul Nealon, again, who wants to challenge you in a Republican primary. But the crux of the criticism is that you've lost touch. You become the Washington guy. And Randy Bryce on this program a few weeks ago made the claim that you had not done a public town hall in more than 600 days. Now, PolitiFact ran that today and said it's mostly true.
Yeah.
So I want to have you respond to the people who say, why won't he do that?
First of all, you get that kind of criticism when you get this kind of a job. You become Speaker of the House with expanded responsibilities, you're going to get that kind of criticism. Second of all, there are extra security concerns that come with this kind of job for doing those kinds of public events. The other point is, it's very clear to us that activists from outside of the district want to bus people in to disrupt our town hall meetings. And it's hard to have a civil, calm conversation with constituents when they're busing protesters in to disrupt your town hall meetings. So what do I do about it? How do I reach out and hear from constituents, which, by the way, I'm here every weekend. I live in Wisconsin. I commute back and forth from Janesville. I'll be touring flood damage this weekend down in Silver Lake. I'll be doing a business tour and meeting with employees at Miller Coors on Monday. I do business town hall meetings. I do telephone town hall meetings frequently. I just did one for with Racine, Kenosha, and Walworth counties. So I do telephone town halls. I do business town halls. I do office hours. If somebody wants to come see me, they call up, they set an appointment. I come into my office, do office hours. And just email me or call. I email, we do phone calls, so that we've been able to reach out and find new and innovative ways of getting a good conversation and dialogue with the people I represent without having protesters bust in to scream and shout and create chaos or to compromise any kind of a security situation. So that's what we've been doing. I understand opponents are going to say these things.
Jim Sensenbrenner does this all the time, your Republican colleague. He has town halls all the time.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah, well, there are not people planning out and busting in protesters for all of his town halls from around the region. And that's just not something that I want to have constituents subjected to. So what I want to do is find a way where I can engage with constituents however they want to, talk, about whatever topic they want to, and I've been doing that.
Congressman Paul Ryan, the Republican from Janesville, Speaker of the House. Good to have you back on the program.
Mike.
Appreciate the time. Coming up next on Up Front, could Foxconn, something we were just talking about, be a game changer in the 2018 race for governor?